Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell, or specifically Monger Hell, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse manga, chapter 308, The Rescue. Really? We're already rescuing the main cast from them being turned into babies, like literally the next chapter? Uh, well, I suppose this is supposed to be like more of a Monster of the Week type of arc, so I guess it doesn't make sense, but still. Although, would in this case be more fair to say Night of the Week chapters because, Holy Knights that have been pretty much in every arc. But, oh well, what can you do? So, anyways, the first page is our color where we see Percival with his sword and looking serious. Which is very funny because I feel like we're gonna have a bunch of cuteness and over the top comedy in this chapter, considering how the last chapter ended. So, anyways, let's begin with the actual story. Now, the first page we have Donnie and his clothes fully coming off as he's starting to wobble. And do not worry, people, and despair, pedophiles. Every chapter here has the main cast being covered with even the word bubbles or anything. Kind of curious how they're gonna do this in the anime, considering the whole sound effects can't really be used there. But we'll see. So, anyways, Donnie is saying right now, "Whoa, I can't stand upright." I guess he's decreasing to the point where you can't even walk. There we have Anne there. I mean, she's like, we are being turned back into babies." And nonsense then like, oh no, who's this done the menstrual cave the town quid abo? I guess Nazian's voice is already being reduced to not being able to speak. Although considering the dialogue, I'm guessing he can still think properly like normally. But then we have Percival being like goo goo. I guess it doesn't make sense why he would be always saying goo goo since honestly he does kind of like he would be the one that develops the last. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's wait. If I recall correctly, in the first chapter, his birthday wasn't that was literally like this day when his like literally the day before his father died, which he said in adventures. So Percival technically would only be 16 for about a couple of I want to say like a month at most at this point, but yeah, I guess it makes sense why he would be like the one being the crystal baby the first. So, anyways, Albert, we see Albert and be like a little slow on the uptake, eh? As we see, I'm guessing that Anne and Nonsense be like, "Ovd!" And then we see again the full page of Albert being like, "My power can send all living things within 50 yards back to their infant forms. It's called reverse. A pretty powerful ability, if I have to be honest here, Outback. No wonder he wanted to use that in secrecy. Although, considering I'm running away, I'm getting in horrible flashback of Alassi here. This better not be one of those Alassi battles, because trust me, that guy ruined is the worst part about the Egyptian nine glory gods from Dio's group. I mean, seriously, why the heck was Alassi picked to be one of those? Trust me, his level of hell is even worse than actually should be. Because that's how much I hate him. So yeah. Anyways, now we see Outback taking his helmet piece off and he sets it on a crystal. As he looks at them and he's like, "You all can't fight me like that, can ya? This battle is mine." Which is, in all honesty, pretty true. I mean, they're babies, so under normal circumstances they shouldn't. Unless if you're such a pathetic loser like a Lassie. So there we have Anna and now let's look at them. And then we have both of them turning around and oh my god, we're actually seeing their butt. Well, we're actually seeing Anne's butt here. Oh my god. I guess pedophiles are gonna get some enjoyment as us normal people bleed from our eyes over this horror. So let's see the dialogue and let's try to recover ourselves from this horrible sight. We have Anne saying, Pusivan Donnie. Well, she can pronounce Donnie's name normally, but yet Percival's she can barely. So they have now be like, we gotta get out of here now. I guess his dialogue is gonna be a bit of a jumble all over the place or something. And then we get a shot of Donnie and Percival where we say Percival happy like da, still holding the sword as Donnie is crying, is on the singing and crying and all to a point like he is actually starting to spit stuff out of his mouth and all ashamed. I'm not sure if Donnie is just like a babe, like is aware of what, like if he's now naked at all, or if he's just like a baby being inked. Either way, I can see it. And yeah, as the word bubbles are still covering, but not his private parts, thank God. As then we see Donnie still be like, oh, seriously, as Anna falls on her hat, and she's in the air again. Oh my. Oh, thank God we get last pathetic shot here as we see Anne with a bump, and she's like, "Why are you two both acting like babies?" I'm guessing by this dialogue ends the oldest. And then we have I'll be like, "It varies from person to person, but you revert mentally soon enough as well." Then we have Anne looking at Donberg, she's like, "No," and she starts to come like, and then we see a widespread panel where we see Albert kind of looking sad with face as Anna starts to whine and cry like a baby. As it starts to cry like a baby, Dante just rolls over the town and thank God his private part is still recovered. And like, yeah, and it's, I know this is supposed to be a sad, kind of like a despair moment, but it's kind of sad to see it. It's kind of fine to see like what's actually happening here. They were back looking serious, looking at person like, and now to fulfill my work. Huh. Well done, Knight of the Apocalypse. Even as a baby, you never cry. Bold, eh? As we see Percival being like, goo, as he taps at his sword. I guess Arbag's actually impressed by this. Although I really don't know why he was a wood cry, I guess for not having mother or something. I don't really know. I've honestly slept through most of when I was born 606 years ago. So I'm not exactly sure how babies act. So anyways, then we have Albert being like, before I take care of you, I need to recover this dragon relic. Surprising competence from Albert, but so he may not be a lassie right now. Then we have them pulling the sword up, looking at as they receive Percival still hanging on to it as Albert looks at him shocked. Because he's holding on to it. There's bad doing LSC 2.0 people! And then we have Albert back swinging his sword like, let go! What kind of super strength is this? No, and again, Percival's private parts are covered, thank God. Oh my God, although they're not covered enough, you ask me. Let's still keep ourselves sane from this horrificness. Then we see Percival be like, da. And others like, I'm not playing with you. Oh my God. Then we have, first of all, on Albrecht's hand, like, hop. And Albrecht's like, don't climb on me, and starts to panic. Oh my God, this is gonna be a last tutorial. It's not gonna be, oh my God, it's so gonna be disappointing. There we have Albrecht grabbing him like an actual baby. Is his hand, I was like, damn it, kid, knock it off while as Percival starts peeing in his face. Oh my God. Alassi 2.0, people. Alassi 2.0. Well, at least the guy doesn't have a creepy design, which gotta be a pain in the ass to ever see or draw. As Albrecht's like, rubbish! And then Albrecht starts to grab Percival by the throat and starts to choke him. As Percival's like, why? No, Albrecht's like, why, you impertinent little freak owl? So choke, and he starts like being upset as he closes his eyes. And actually, it seems like he's actually gonna be able to kill Percival here. Surprise! So he may not be a full-on Percival 2.0, Elastic 2.0 yet. Then we have there we see his hold being his cape or whatever being like tucked in as he takes some notes of and it's like ning ning. I'm trying to copy the baby song, but I cannot do it. As in, Outback looks at her like, frick, frick. Or there might be Anne or Percival, one of the two. And then we have Outback putting Percival on a stone. It's like, you just wait here for me. As Percival is still holding onto the sword. Seriously, what kind of string does Percival have? Uh, this is alright, but now we have the Outback picking Anne up like a baby as he's like, listen to me, Anne, we have to dispatch the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse. And then they're like, Fran! Is Outback saying like, I don't want to experience that again. I don't want anyone else to Fran! And then Outback's like, as Percival is going down with the statue, climbing down to the statue with his sword, being like, as Outback says, so please don't cry, alright? Which, I gotta be honest, this whole moment does kind of feel like a father comforting on his child. As we see a Santa Abak looking at crying and she's like, wah, wah. And then we see Abak getting teary eyed as we get an Abak flashback. Nice to see that we are getting some flashback on these Holy Knights from Alpha because right now they haven't gotten much. Like Dalasko hadn't got nothing. Iron Sights was just told to us, and Paul Poltiga, I think was his name. The Black Knight. He's been so far away from the story I can't remember exactly clear what his name was anymore. I don't know what he's doing right now though. We didn't get anything, and that other guy holding knife on M, I think whose name was just there to tell Ansat it's time to retreat or something. So yeah, but anyways, to Outback's flashback. So here you see a baby that honestly seems to resemble Anne very much so, which I guess is the reason why we get this flashback, and it's whining as well. And then we see Outback as a hunter is coming to him, and he's like, "What's wrong, my little princess? Your papa's right here, okay?" And then we see him like doing that whole faces thing, you know how I mean, those guys like do those faces that make them cry or happy, like being you know that kind of thing we have here. Where that's what I was doing here where he's like, "Here, peekaboo, don't cry, okay?" And then we see his daughter being all happy, and she's like, "Ha ha ha." As Oz starts to cry, he's like, "Hey hey, yeah, I like this." As you see, there's like a cute little panel with Arbeck's daughter, and I think we all know what's gonna happen here, especially to what Arbeck said a chapter or two ago about the Great Holy War. And immediately the next page we have is Arbeck's home being destroyed as one other citizen there has been like, Arbeck, the village is done for. Take your daughter before your demons attack again. As that we see that other guy be like, Outback. As we see Outback holding his daughter to burn to her crisp, as he's also like a bit shake the damage and scuffled as we see tears from his eyes as he is holding the crate and it crumbles and we see his eyes just in pure despair. I am very sorry that I compared Arbeck to a lassie. Arbeck is not a lassie, and he is this type of character done right. And yeah, we cut to a present as we see Arbeck go on his knees, hugging Anne while crying. As Arbeck's like, oh. And then we have Anne putting her fingers on Arbeck's eyes as he's wiping them away. As Arbeck's like, and you're trying to comfort me? As they have, and be like, and then we have someone be like, you sure are kind, but I got to a job I have to pull off, which I'm guessing is Albert saying this part. And then we see Percival swing his sword at Arbeck's shoe, which supposedly hurt him. And they both take attention to that. And they have Amber like, pa, pa. And it's like, goo. I hope this dialogue ends in the next chapter. And then Arbeck being like, you even, especially like, you, even in that form, you're trying to protect Anne? I guess he's a bit shocked that that's what's actually happening, especially when it comes to the fact that's actually what he's trying to do, even though, Peso is right now a baby, he can't do much. There we see Peso like swimming again, but this time he like falls on the ground here, which makes sense, as the gap in strength is very high. I mean, I'm not talking about between Arbeck and Peso, I'm talking like general. I mean, even if you're a baby, you can hold a sword and, be able to handle it pretty well. You're still a fucking baby, you can't like do too much stuff about it. And then we have the Arbeck being like, don't worry, you're the only one dying here, I ain't touching the rest. And then we have the Elder teleporting here, as he's like, you don't have it in you to kill these children. And then Albrecht's like in shock. Is he like, the Elder from the Demon Village? And then the Elder's like, no, I understand why you decided to live in a place like this. As Albrecht's like, what? As the Elder explains some stuff to us about this cave. As he's like, that to heal the scars in your heart. You came here clinging to rumors and hope. There we see a picture of Donnie licking a crystal as Nonsense is like, I guess, sleeping. As Alex Pence, crystals have mystic force. They are said to exist in the city of the dead as well. They are used to foretelling fortunes and casting hexes. In other words, this crystal grotto is the place closest to the afterlife in our world. There we see the crystal that Albert put his skull on, as the other continues with, you wish to meet your dead daughter, and so you are here. And then Albert responds to him, why do you know about? And then we have Albert responding more fiercely with, no, I'm just hiding in this grotto so I can carry out my mission of stealing you demons away. And then they'll be like, let's make a deal. Undo the spell of these children and give me the crystal with the demons. And then Albert starts with, as he's also getting like veins over his eyes, like over his over his forehead, being like, no, don't tell me you have anything that will be equal in exchange for that. And then the elder responds calmly, I will let you meet your daughter. And then Outback is the good part of realizing it and shocked. And then we get a panel with Percival and Donnie like doing that thing. I guess Percival wants to mimic Donnie as Nausea is indeed going to sleep. And then Outback saying, we have Outback saying, don't give me that. That's just a bluff, and you know it. You can't help me meet the dad. I've lived here 5 years and I've never seen my daughter spared once. And then he's like, and who are you anyway? You ain't a demon, but you ain't affected by my reverse spell, so you ain't human either. So yeah, at the meantime, we have Donnie, Percival, and playing around as Nana's still sleeping. So I guess they're gonna play something else. No. And then we have Albach's magic being explained to us, as the elves like, They are all 16. It took roughly 16 minutes for them to revert to infants. That comes to 1 minute per year, but they neutralized the likes of me. So yeah. So I guess Anne by this logic is the oldest, Percival the youngest, and Donnie younger than Nazion, so at the very least the two are very close in age. Well, when I say age, I mean they're very close in terms of months. And the elder now explains to us the reason why he's not becoming younger with you'll need well over 3,000 minutes, a good 3 days in other words. So yeah, the reason why the elder was not reversing, it's not because Albach's magic isn't working on him, it's actually because it will take at least 3 days of the two being together before he will become a baby. And then Ardbeg, as the Anne seems to be falling asleep, is like, "Free, you're over 3,000 years old? What are you?" And then the owl's like, "Well, very well, I'll show you." As the elder throws his cane on the floor, does this pose with his fingers. We see Ardbeg being like, "What?" And also like, "What?" Then the elder puts his hand like this, and the opposite of what I'm doing right now. Puts his fingers on his forehead, starts to kind of shake, as then we have other being like, what are you trying to do on me?" So yeah, this is the end of the chapter. Kept pretty weird, honestly. So yeah, what I think is gonna happen? One, this could be a way that the elder is gonna cancel whatever makes him look this way he does before he reveals what he truly is, which is either gonna be like a fairy, well, I'm guessing he's not a demon, a fairy, or a giant, or the same race as Sin. I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna be. Or it could also be some kind of new race entirely. Or maybe he's gonna transport him and the Outback back into the world of Dad, since he did say he could have him meet his daughter. So I feel like it's possible that he might be like a Grim Reaper or some other creature connected to the underworld. I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty vague. So yeah, but that's the end of the chapter anyways, and let's talk about how much about I feel about this chapter. I honestly like that. Like the first part I was a bit concerned about because of Alassi possibilities. But after we got like Ardbeg's, well, end of the moment where supposedly Ardbeg's trying to choke Percival, I actually started thinking that the chapter went in a bad direction. It's a pretty good chapter. I'm what kind of concerned it's gonna be one of those a good chapter earlier on, but it's not gonna matter anymore. Like these chapters are not gonna be in the story anymore. But as a chapter in itself, it's like a pretty good. Like the other ones, I would say have been decent for the most part. Well, this one's like a very solid chapter. So yeah. Also, I'm happy that we are actually referencing those things that Abek mentioned in the last two chapters, which again is making me think that those things are gonna lead into some other holy knights, like maybe the ones that appear next are gonna have these backstories, or like Talisker or maybe Polgard are gonna have them. I think that's the Black Knight's name, Polgard. I want to say something on that, but I can't remember exactly. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of the chapter. So now I hope you down in the comments below what you think of this chapter. And aside that, you also leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time.